Hello again, welcome back. It's Professor Gray here, and it's another Monday. It's week 5 in our freshman English course. I hope you had a great weekend. Today is a holiday. I hope you're enjoying your holiday. As I said in the email, I'm going to send you the lectures, the video lectures on Mondays. Of course, you don't have to do them on Monday, but you do have to do them by Thursday. So you still have the regular week to do it. I think everybody has plenty of time and should be able to get all of the work done. I do hope things are well, and it seems like you're doing well. I was very impressed with the work you put into your answers for page 35. A lot of you had really good ideas and really good reasons. So when you do the homework, again, almost everybody is really putting effort into it. Don't just sort of answer, but give an answer, give some reasons. You know, it doesn't have to be really long, but it just has to show some good effort on your part. And when I see that, I'm very happy. And I appreciate the good work. Keep it up. A lot of you said, use Taekwondo as which I agree with. It's very good for balance, flexibility, self-discipline. All of the martial arts are good for those things. Balance, flexibility, a lot of leg strength, some endurance, definitely what we call self-discipline. These are all very good skills for health and life. Swimming, also a good life skill. You know, it's very healthy. Swimming is one of the healthiest sports, and yet we forget it could save your life to know how to swim. I think everybody should learn. Every child should learn basic swimming, not just for exercise, but for, life skill. Racket sports are very good for what we call hand-eye coordination. That's a really good thing for a child to develop, and adults too. Interesting thing here, I wanted to point out, a long time ago in the Olympics, they did a study on which Olympic athletes had the best physical condition. They used summer and winter Olympic athletes all over the world. They had doctors and scientists and coaches examine them for fitness, not strength necessarily, but just fitness, complete body fitness, health. Okay, so not like power or anything, but sort of endurance and overall strength. And the top 3 are very interesting. The number 3 and number 2 came from the Summer Olympics. Number 3 was cycling. Boy, cyclists, they have 0 body fat. Number 2, swimming. Also, swimmers, like Olympic swimmers, are incredibly healthy and very good shape. But number 1 was very interesting. This was a long time ago, maybe 50 years ago. So there are different sports now that might be as high, maybe triathlon, I don't know. But anyway, 50 years ago, number 1 was from the Winter Olympics. It was cross-country skiing. They found that of all Olympic athletes, the cross-country skiers were the overall healthiest, fittest of all. That's amazing. But when you watch cross-country skiing, it's very believable. Boy, that's amazing. If you have a chance, try it. You can do that here in Korea in the winter. Okay, great work. Also great work on page 50. A lot of you had good ideas about volunteer work. Now, please, please, please remember, volunteer work and donations are both a little bit similar and both excellent, but they're not the same. Giving money, giving blood, giving food is a great thing to do, but that's a donation. Volunteer work is different. It's kind of donation, but you're giving your time, your energy, your knowledge. They're both very good things, but they're not exactly the same. Donation is one thing, volunteer work is a different thing. Okay, let's look at the story now. Volunteer vacations. Let's read it together. Remember last week I told you to focus on the organization, the structure here. I gave you that chart, okay? The first paragraph is the introduction, starts off very general, gets very specific. Let's take a look. Everyone enjoys taking a vacation. Everyone, all people, very general, okay? A vacation is fun and relaxing, okay? General. Some people like to go to the beach and swim. Other people go to the mountains or visit another country. Some people, other people. Still general, but getting a little bit more specific. Many other people use their vacation time for another reason. Now the writer is bringing you to the point, which is the title, the topic. What do? They take a volunteer vacation. See how the writer brings us in? General vacation, more specific, boom, volunteer vacation. What does the writer do now? He gives us a definition. This is the topic, volunteer vacations. Here's the definition. Volunteers are people who do something, but they receive no money for it. That's a volunteer. Help people in need, receive no money. They do this because they want to be helpful to people in need. Okay, that's a volunteer. Now, we know vacation, of course, but you put them together. Take a vacation to another country or anywhere different in your own country and volunteer to do work to help people. Many organizations give volunteers a chance to help others. Now, this is our bridge. This is the key point. This sentence, the last sentence of the introduction, is our bridge, our thesis statement telling us what's coming. What will happen next? We will learn about many organizations or some organizations where people volunteer while they're on vacation. Habitat for Humanity. Habitat means place to live. Okay, home. Humanity, people. Homes for People is one of these organizations. Habitat for Humanity is an organization of volunteers who build homes for the poor people in general, poor people, general. The most famous volunteer is former president, US President Jimmy Carter, who won the Nobel Prize for Peace. Okay, Jimmy Carter was the US president a long time ago, before you were born. 1976 to 1980, for 4 years. He won the 2002 Nobel Peace Prize for this work he does. Jimmy Carter is actually, he's still alive. He is, oh my gosh, he is, I believe 93 years old, 94 years old. I can't remember, but he's a very old man, but still alive, although he's not very healthy, I'm sad to say. He's very much loved and respected as not just president, but human being. Most presidents, after they are president, they retire, maybe do nothing or something. Now, Jimmy Carter continued to work very hard for people. He wrote books, usually about world peace. He worked as a diplomat, trying to help achieve peace in places, for example, here on the Korean Peninsula, in the Middle East. Okay? He's also created organizations. He was one of the people who created Habitat for Humanity to help people. So these days, as Americans, we look back and think of him as a wonderful human being who did good things to help people, right? Even though he was only president one time for 4 years. Habitat for Humanity volunteers don't need a special skill. They just need to be in good health. Volunteers build houses in the US, but they also construct homes all over the world. Notice the synonym: build houses, construct homes. House, home, build, construct, same meaning. In places such as Honduras, Honduras is in Central America, just a little bit south of Mexico, Fiji is in the Pacific Ocean, north of New Zealand, almost exactly north of New Zealand. And Ethiopia. Ethiopia is in East Africa. It's a little south of Egypt, if that helps. Volunteers pay for their own trips. For example, a 2-week trip to Honduras, Fiji, or Ethiopia is about $1,200. A second volunteer organization is called Earthwatch. Notice the bridge, right? Many organizations give volunteers, many organizations. 1, Habitat for Humanity. 2, a second volunteer organization, Connection, Earthwatch. Earthwatch gets many volunteers to help scientists do research in many places around the world. For example, volunteers may study endangered animals. Endangered animals means animals in danger of becoming or going extinct. E-X-T-I-N-C-T. Extinct means gone, finished, like the dodo bird or dinosaurs. No more. Okay? Once the last one dies, that's it. Okay, but some animals have only a few left, and they are endangered. For a while, pandas were endangered, certain tigers, some plants can be endangered, even bugs, reptiles. Any animal that has not enough left is endangered, and we must be careful. We have to take very good care so that they don't go extinct. Manatees in Florida. Manatee, if you look at page 50, that is a manatee, that big fish kind of thing. Look how big it is. Wow, I've never seen one. They are also called sea cows, and in Asia, they call them dugong. You can find dugongs in tropical waters around the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia. Okay? A dugong and a manatee are almost the same thing, like cousin, I guess. Anyway, that's it. Very big, but a little bit strange looking animal, but very nice, kind. You can see it doesn't hurt people, of course, but they do look strange, don't they? Anyway, manatees. Most of the trips are 2 weeks. Volunteers pay about $1,800 to participate without airfare, not including airfare. They usually stay in dormitories and cook their meals together. This year, Earthwatch had 4,000 volunteers from 47 different countries. Wow! So if you did this, you would meet people from all over the world. You'd stay in dormitories and eat with them and work with them and learn things and learn about their country and work together. What a great opportunity. Earthwatch. Cross Cultural Solutions is another volunteer organization. Again, bridge. Okay, many organizations. Example 1, Habitat for Humanity. Example 2, Bridge, Earthwatch. Example 3, Bridge, Cross Cultural Solutions. It helps communities in China, Ghana, in Africa, India, Peru, South America, and Russia. Cross Cultural Solutions helps to bring healthcare and education to many people. 12 to 18 volunteers work together for about 3 weeks at one location. The work depends on the volunteer's skills. For instance, a volunteer may have special medical knowledge. This person will work in a local hospital. Volunteers have evenings and 2 weekends to spend on their own. On their own means free time, personal time, right? Not working. So 2 weekends and all evenings. You don't have to work. You have free time to have dinner with friends or do something, see a movie on your own. Prices begin at $1,900 for a 2-week trip, not including airfare. Airfare is extra. The money does not include the price for the air ticket. Notice line 29, not including airfare. Now look up at line 20, without airfare. Okay, same. The writer uses two things that mean the same, synonyms. Without airfare, same. not including airfare. People who take volunteer vacations believe they are helping people around the world to live healthier lives. Live, verb, lives, noun. Life, one, lives, many, plural noun. Live healthier lives. They believe they can help people get an education. The people they help may have a better place to live. For the volunteers, this is the best vacation of all. This is a nice conclusion. Summary. Restating the key points, ending with a final thought. You can help people, you will give them a better place to live, you have a good vacation, you feel good about yourself, good vacation, best of all, final thought. Very, very good, well-structured essay. Please notice that. Very good example of 5 paragraphs structured like I showed you in the chart last week. Look at the picture. Page 52. You see an older man, elderly gentleman, and a lady. Wow. What are they doing? They're working. It looks like they're building a home. They are. They're volunteering for Habitat for Humanity. Wonderful. Isn't it nice to see older people working hard, volunteering to help other people? Yes, it is. But guess what? That man wearing the hat, that's Jimmy Carter. That's the man who used to be the US president. Now, this picture was maybe 20 years ago. He's now very old. He cannot do this now. He's 95. I don't know. He's very old. But when he was old, 70, 75, even 80, he still worked. He organized Habitat for Humanity to help people, but he also worked. And you see the picture. He was always going out, hammering nails, and the woman is his wife, Rosalind, and they worked together. So he didn't just organize for other people to work. He also did the work. Smart man. When you get older, it's good to get physical exercise like this. So you can see he's an older man, older woman, but they look healthy. They look strong. Maybe this hard work is why. But look at the picture and think, how do you feel? Probably you feel very good. You see not just any old couple, but a very wealthy, famous ex-US president working hard, volunteering their energy to help people. Maybe it gives you a feeling like you should too. I think when you see older people volunteering, you feel like, I should volunteer, I should help too. This picture always makes me feel very good. Okay, part A, part 1, B, the main idea, vacation volunteers work with organizations to help people around the world live better lives. Part 2, Habitat for Humanity builds homes for the poor. Where? All over the world, in America and everywhere. How long is a volunteer vacation? 2 weeks, and you pay $1,200. Earthwatch, what do? They help scientists do research. Where? All over the world. How long? 2 weeks. Now, they mention, all over the world. Habitat for Humanity mentions Honduras, Fiji, Ethiopia, but really it's everywhere. 2 weeks, and Earthwatch, you pay $1,800. Cross-Cultural Solutions brings healthcare and education to people. Where? Ghana, China, India, Russia, Peru. 2 or 3 weeks, says both, and $1,900. Now you can say that 2 ways. You can say $1,900, or you can say $1,900. Both are good. Both are common. $1,200, $1,200, same. $1,800, $1,800, same. $1,900, $1,900, same. B, homework. Number 1, volunteers are people who, 1, work without pay, A1. B, people in need, number 2. cannot always help themselves. Maybe they're in a wheelchair, or they're too young, or they're too old, or they can't see, or anyway, they cannot always help themselves. They need help. They are in need. Number 2, construct, build. Construct homes, build houses. Number 3, A, research, 연구, study something. Number 4, dormitories. B, homes for groups of people. Dorm, D-O-R-M, means sleep. Dormitory means a place to sleep. Number 5, location is a place. B. Number 6, 3, begin at means the lowest, minimum. Beginning, start, minimum, and it goes up. Minimum price, $1,900. Lowest price, begin at $1,900. And B, number 1, not including airfare. Without airfare means you also buy your own airplane ticket. B, number 1. Okay, C, dictionary skills. This is a new type of exercise. So, read the dictionary entry for each word and think about the context of the sentence. What is the sentence saying? Write the number of the appropriate definition on the line next to the word. Then choose the sentence with the correct answer. I'm going to give you, go ahead and hit pause and try just number 1, former. Okay? Read the definitions and then choose definition 1 or 2. Is the sentence an example of definition 1 or definition 2? And then B, which sentence means the same thing? Okay, go ahead, do just number 1 and then come back. Okay, previous, past. He is a former employee of this company. In the past, not now. Number 2, referring to the first thing or person named in a pair. Okay, we eat lots of fish and chicken. Fish, chicken. But we prefer the former, the fish. The former, the first one, fish. Chicken would be the latter, L-A-T-T-E-R, the latter. We eat lots of fish and chicken, but we prefer the former, number 1, the fish. Or we prefer the latter, number 2, the chicken. The former, the latter. The first, the second. The most famous volunteer is former U.S. President Jimmy Carter. This is number 1, definition number 1. Previous U.S. President or past U.S. President. B, also number 1. The most famous volunteer is the past U.S. President Jimmy Carter. Number 2, skill. Go ahead, try answering skill, and then come back and I'll tell you the answer. The ability to do something well because of practice, talent, or special training. She has excellent musical skills, okay? Musical talent. Or a trade. Plumbing is a skill. A trade means a job, work, career. Number 1 is just you do it well. Maybe you play piano very well. You have a good skill, but that's not your job. Number 2, it's your job. Piano could be you get money. You get paid for playing piano. Okay? Or maybe you like to cook. You cook for fun. You have a good talent. Cooking is your skill. But number 2, it's actually your job. You get paid. A volunteer for cross-cultural solutions may have a skill. For example, special medical knowledge. This person will work in a local hospital. This is their ability, their knowledge, 1. A volunteer may have the ability to do something well because of special training. Not necessarily their job, but maybe you studied it, you learned it, and you have a knowledge and ability in this skill. A, number 1, B, number 1. From now, each chapter will have this type of question, this dictionary skill question. Okay, so now that you know how to do them, we'll start doing them each chapter. One more thing today, D, word forms. This is, of course, the grammar section. In English, there are several ways that verbs change to nouns. Some verbs become nouns by adding the suffix, ending, T-I-O-N, For example, collect, collection. Some words change spelling. For example, explain, explanation. Complete each sentence with the correct form of the words on the left. Write all the verbs in the simple present tense, positive or negative, nouns singular or plural. Go ahead, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take as much time as you need. Finish number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come back and I'll answer them for you. Go ahead. Number 1, people around the world want all children to have a good education. Noun, good noun, good education. We usually verb. We verb. We go, we eat, we talk, we study, we educate children in schools and at home. Education, educate. Number 2, volunteer organizations locate. Subject, verb. Organizations locate. Communities in need, communities that need help. The locations with an S of volunteer work are usually in developing countries, communities, organizations, plural. If you say the location, it's wrong. It must be plural. The locations are usually in developing countries. Are is plural, locations must be plural. Number 3, the construction, noun, of a new home can be very fast when many volunteers work together. They construct homes in many cities around the world. Construction, noun, construct, verb. Number 4, when a volunteer organization, noun, works well, it helps many people. Habitat for Humanity organizes groups of workers. I organize, verb. You organize, verb. The company organizes, verb. Must have an S. Habitat for Humanity organizes groups of workers. Number 5, this is a tough one. Chris Momo, his problems slowly. He thinks quickly, opposite. Slowly, quickly, opposite. He thinks of several Momo right away. Noun, several solutions. Several is plural, solutions with an S, plural. Right away. Right away? Quickly, immediately, fast, slowly. Right away, quickly, same. Slowly, opposite. Chris doesn't solve his problem slowly. It must be negative. If you say Chris solves his problem slowly, it's wrong. You must read the sentence carefully and think about the context. Again, Chris doesn't solve his problem slowly. He thinks quickly. He thinks of several solutions right away and then chooses the best one. Tricky. Okay, any questions or problems, ask me, please, in your email. Homework. E, vocabulary, fill in the vocabulary, fill in the blanks. And F, page 59. Now, F is your written homework. This must be in your email to me when you send it to me this week before Thursday morning. Okay, number 1. Former U.S. President Jimmy Carter is a volunteer for Habitat for Humanity. By the way, I believe he's 96 or 97, maybe 97 years old. Can you imagine? Why do you think he volunteers to help build houses for poor people? Okay, why? Number 1, why does Jimmy Carter volunteer to build houses for poor people? Think of 2 reasons, write them down. Okay, now, in other words, you saw the picture, right? He doesn't just organize this. He does the actual work. Not anymore. But for many, many, many years after he retired, he worked like in the picture. He did the actual work. Why? 2 reasons why this elderly gentleman, ex-president, actually, and his wife actually did work. Okay, any 2 reasons. Number 2, why do many people, different people, work so hard to help people they do not know in countries they do not live in? Okay, young people like you. Let's think about young people. Because young people Many young people volunteer to help. Many young people do volunteer vacations in other countries. Maybe you will someday. I hope so. I think it's a good opportunity. Why? Why do young people, or anybody, work so hard to help people in another country they don't know? 2 reasons. Okay, that's it. So your homework, very simple this week. E, vocabulary. You don't have to show me that. I will review it next week. F, think about it. Page 59, yes. So in your email to me, you must tell me you followed along, you did all the work in the book with me, with us. You finished part E, and here are your answers for part F. And next week, I will review the homework and talk about it in the video. Also, don't forget the other video, of course, our listening lab video. And at any point, any questions, you can send in your email and ask me your questions. Page 60, G, you do not need to do, just stop at page 59. Next week in our lecture, in the video, we're gonna do page 60 together. I wanna do it together. Okay, that's it. Great work this week. Have a wonderful Monday. Have a wonderful week. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye, everyone.